Even if the original set the tone, a sequel to a movie can also have its charm and may turn out to be as good or even better than the original. Topping a movie with a sequel can be a daunting task for filmmakers, as they try to entertain audiences and critics alike once again. Some of the best movies ever made are sequels, and although it may be difficult to achieve previous success in a franchise, many sequels are based on what the public already knows, its connection to the characters, and ability to evolve and offer the viewer new and more interesting situations and experiences. Enjoy our 10 best movie sequels that are better than the original. How much do you know about movies? Let's test your knowledge with a quick trivia question. Which classic action movie was originally meant to be a sequel? Was it Lethal Weapon, Die Hard, or James Bond? If you want to know the answer, stay with us, subscribe to our channel, and ring that bell. Let's get started. Number 10, Spider-Man 2. With a fantastic villain in the form of Dr. Octopus played by Alfred Molina and some really amazing sets, this film easily surpasses its predecessor. With unforgettable scenes like the subway sequence and heart-wrenching drama, Spider-Man 2 starring Tobey Maguire is an emotional and extraordinarily entertaining film. Number 9, Before Sunset and Before Midnight. Before Sunrise was a revelation in 1995. However, its sequels managed to develop a story that evolves and matures with its characters. With dialogues performed by protagonists Ethan Hawke and Julie Delpy, Before Sunset and Before Midnight are without a doubt very personal, romantic, and intimate films based on the discovery of first love. Number 8, Mad Max Fury Road. If Mad Max Road Warrior starring Mel Gibson eclipsed the excitement of the first one, Mad Max Fury Road by George Miller managed to outdo its predecessors as a non-traditional sequel with an exuberant showing of a post-apocalyptic world. Known as the best film of the whole saga, this film gives us a great chase sequence full of adrenaline that never stops. Number 7, Star Trek II: The Wrath of Khan. Making a good sequel can be a very difficult challenge to fulfill. While the original film was catastrophically bad and extremely boring, Star Trek II: The Wrath of Khan, on the other hand, became the best movie of the whole series. It's an exciting thriller full of revenge and tension that gives us not only an intense and unforgettable story, but also exciting and very emotional characters. Number 6, Superman 2. Superman 2 starring Christopher Reeves showed us that all superhero films could become a richer and more complete experience. Deepening our connection to the best-known superhero of all, as well as his relationship with Lois Lane, this film honors Superman comics in a way that no other film does. Number 5, X2, X-Men United. Many people, including us, love the X-Men, and even if the second part faced the complicated challenge of showing all the mutants in the first film on the big screen, it managed to add new characters and find a balance. Bryan Singer not only made it work, but also did it with a strong mix of action, drama, and a bit of humor. Like Spider-Man 2 and The Dark Knight, many think of X-Men 2 as one of the best superhero movies ever made. Number 4, Terminator 2: Judgment Day. While part 1 is more of a thriller with some horror elements, the second part was completely different. Filled with bright action scenes, villains that became heroes, and new characters, Terminator 2: Judgment Day not only enhances and gives new importance to its main characters, but also sets a standard in regard to visual effects created by a computer. Number 3, The Dark Knight. The whole Batman universe is so interesting and complex that it's difficult to choose which movie is better. However, the trilogy created by Christopher Nolan stands out for showing a more real and human superhero and for unforgettable performances. So why is The Dark Knight the best? Heath Ledger and his masterful, disturbing take on the Joker gives this film something impressive that other movies simply do not have. Number 2, Star Wars Episode V: The Empire Strikes Back. Even if it is the 5th episode of the Star Wars chronology, this was actually the second film of the series that was shown in theaters. The Empire Strikes Back, in addition to being much more spectacular visually than its predecessor, also helped to expand the Star Wars mythology to unprecedented levels with emotional moments, unexpected turns, and excellent dialogue. It has passed the test of time and is able to surprise new generations when they see it for the first time. That's why it's considered the best chapter of the original trilogy. Want to know the answer to our trivia? Let's take a look before we get to number 1. What classic action movie was originally meant to be a sequel? Lethal Weapon, Die Hard, or James Bond? The answer is Die Hard. This film starring Bruce Willis was first conceived as a sequel to The Detective, starring Frank Sinatra. At first, 20th Century Fox offered the role of John McClane to Sinatra, but he rejected it. That's why they offered the role to Bruce Willis, and the film was presented in a different way. Now the saga has several sequels and is a cult action movie. Did you guess the answer? Let us know in the comments below. Now let's get back to our countdown. Our #1 sequel better than the original is The Godfather Part 2. Choosing the best Godfather movie is a very complicated task. Both the first and second parts are masterpieces that could be considered inseparable pieces of a single and epic story. Al Pacino, as well as Robert De Niro playing the young Vito Corleone, is priceless. The Godfather 2 is a devastating gangster tragedy, a hypnotizing tale of power, corruption, and betrayal with a superb artistic direction way ahead of its time. We're almost done, but before we go, here are some highlights from some other iconic sequels.
Why don't you come on back, join our family again?
This isn't a family, it's a prison. You're a liar and a bully, and I'd rather rot in this dumpster than join any family of yours.
Jesse's right. Authority should derive from the consent of the governed, not from the threat of force.
If that's what you want.
Barbie, wait! Don't do this, Lotso!
She's a Barbie doll, Ken. There's 100 million just like her.
Not to me, there's not.
She's alive! Alive!
Gravely disappointed. Again, you have made me unleash my jaws of war. Look at what remains of your gallant scouts. Why? Because you're selfish. You hoard your gasoline. You will not listen to reason. Now, my prisoners say, you plan to take your gasoline out of the wasteland. You send them out this morning to find a vehicle. A rig big enough to hold that fat tank of gas. What a puny plan. Look around you. This is the valley of death.
Nothing can escape! The humongous rules the wasteland!
Give them nothing!
Blow it up! The nuggets!
Humongous will not be destroyed.
Hey, stop! Little girl, stop! Look, I need to borrow your hoverboard.
Where is he?
Here. There! He's on a hoverboard! The board!
Give it one!
Get him!
Yeah, we got him!
Something very familiar about all this.
Cute. You want something to eat? Hmm?
Plus, my front end just had to catch up with my back end.
Will somebody please explain what's going on?
It's all right, Space Ranger. It's a code 546.
You mean it's a...
Yes.
And he's a...
Oh, yeah.
Your Majesty.
That does it for our countdown. We hope you liked it. Make sure to subscribe to our channel, leave us a like, and comment on this video. We post new content several times a week, so ring that bell to be notified. Thanks for watching.